Hi guys, and welcome back to Sicknesses for Dummies. Start with let's play a guessing game. What has 3 letters, if straightened, can reach the sun, and has information that can change your life? Do you have an answer? Well, I do! Drum roll please! DNA!
Looking at DNA, you can't really tell that it's important, but the truth is, DNA is pretty much the most complicated and probably even the most important molecule that exists. It's so complex that for decades, we did not even know what it looked like nor what it was fully all about. And in fact, if you took all the DNA from a single cell, it would probably be taller than your regular Michael Jordan. But aside from its physical features, it also has a huge effect towards a human's life. DNA also has a great impact on our individuality and uniqueness since it contains genetic material that can dictate what characteristics we will have and should have in order to survive. So if you want to look like Angelina Jolie, talk to the DNA.
I'm sure your teacher has one way or another likened DNA to a computer, where the DNA is like a blueprint or etc. And he's right!
DNA is like a draft of how you are going to be. The drafts are collected and packed into bins we call chromosomes. In the normal human body, we contain 46 chromosomes that make us normal humans. The reason why there are 46 is because they are usually in pairs like lovebirds. These lovebirds come from the mom and another comes from the dad, both giving off 23 chromosomes.
If there is an extra chromosome for a certain chromosome number, let's say for example, chromosome number 18.
Mutations will then occur, and the mutation coming from 3 existing chromosomes in chromosome 18 result to trisomy 18, which is also known as Edwards syndrome. Someone with this syndrome contains an extra chromosome specifically in the chromosome 18 part, which makes the count to be 3 chromosome 18. Well then, why call it Edwards syndrome?
Well, why Edward? It's either the man who discovered this just loved Twilight so much, or his mother just merely named him Edward.
The reason is not because of Robert Pattinson, but the man who discovered Edwards syndrome was named John Hilton Edwards. So Edwards syndrome is a chromosomal abnormality characterized by the presence of an extra copy of genetic material on the 18th chromosome. The additional chromosome usually occurs before conception, and the effects of the extra copy vary greatly depending on the extent of the extra copy, genetic history, and chance. Now, although Edwards syndrome occurs in all human populations, it is more prevalent in female offsprings. There are then 3 variations of the syndrome, namely partial, full, and mosaic. Partial trisomy 18 is when the child only has a part of an extra chromosome. On the other hand, full trisomy 18 is when the extra chromosome is in every cell in the child's body. This is the most common type. As for mosaic, this occurs when the extra chromosome is only in some of the child's cells. Trisomy 18 is usually diagnosed during a pregnancy when the pregnant woman takes an ultrasound. However, there are also accurate ways to diagnose the disease. More precise methods take cells from amniotic fluid or placenta and analyze their chromosomes. After birth, the doctor may suspect trisomy 18 based on the child's face and body. A blood sample can then be taken to look for the chromosome abnormality. A can also help determine how likely the mother is to have another baby with trisomy 18 or Edwards syndrome. So, if you are concerned that your baby may be at risk for trisomy 18 because of a past pregnancy, you may want to see a genetic counselor. Now, children born with Edwards syndrome may have some or all of these characteristics: kidney malformations, structural heart defects at birth, intestines protruding outside the body, feeding difficulties, developmental delays, breathing difficulties, and intellectual disability. There are indeed a lot of malfunctions that come with Edwards syndrome, such as a small head, a prominent black portion in the head, low-set malformed ears, abnormally small jaws, cleft lips, clenched hands, and many, many, many more. There are as well malformations in the uterus, such as cardiac anomalies, followed by central nervous system anomalies, such as a head shape abnormality, and the most common intracranial anomaly is the presence of the choroid plexus cyst, which are pockets of fluids on the brain. These are not problematic in themselves, but their presence may be a marker for trisomy 18. Now, Edwards syndrome occurs in about 1 out of 5,000 live births, but more conceptions are affected by the syndrome because the majority of those diagnosed with the condition parentally will not survive to birth. Although women in their 20s and early 30s may conceive babies with Edwards syndrome, the risk of conceiving a child with it increases with a woman's age. The average maternal age for conceiving a child with this disorder is 32 and a half. Half of the infants with this condition do not survive beyond the first week of life. The median lifespan is 5 to 15 days only. Only about 8 to 12 infants survive longer than 1 year. 1% of the children live to age 10. Through a retrospective Canadian study of 254 children with trisomy 18, demonstrated 10-year survival of 9.8%. Unfortunately, there isn't any cure for trisomy 18. Treatment for trisomy 18 consists of supportive medical care to provide the child with the best quality of life possible. So, what is the outlook for babies with trisomy 18? Because trisomy 18 causes serious physical defects, many babies with the condition don't survive to birth. About half of babies who are carried full term are stillborn. Boys with trisomy 18 are more likely to be stillborn than girls. And of those babies who do survive, less than 10% reach their first birthday. Children who do live past that milestone often have severe health problems that require a large amount of care. Only a very small number of people with this condition live to their 20s or 30s.
That's why, guys, we must always be thankful for the life we have, because a lot of us here in this world don't get to live for more than a month. Alright guys, thank you for watching today's episode, and we'll see you next time on Sicknesses for Dummies.